Hi everyone, happy Saturday. Come on in and join me. I'm in a different place in my house today. Usually I do these live demos in my kitchen. I'm going to do one here in my living room because I'm going to talk all about the mop today. So come on in and join me. Usually I'm in my kitchen and I demo the standard products like EnviroCloth, window cloth, cleaning paste, our traditional microfiber products, but I'm going to talk about the mop system today because Norwex is giving away free mops the whole month of February as part of their mop month and their host rewards. So it's one product that's free. There's actually lots of other products hosts earn for free in their host rewards, but the mop is one of the products that hosts earn completely for free for hosting in February. And I'm live here this morning because I have party guests joining me here who are part of a clean kitchen pop-up that I did for a couple hosts, Diana and for Nancy. So if any of those guests are here, hello, good morning, happy Saturday. So I'm wrapping up those texting parties with a live demo here in my VIP group. So, and then all of you guys can benefit from the demo too. So today I'm actually just going to demo the mop and talk about the mop and all the different pieces of the mop, how they go together, all of the mop accessories, because it actually is really different from when I started. So it's still the same mop system from when I started, but Norwex keeps adding additional pieces and accessories to the mop. So now it's really like a total home cleaning system. So I'm going to show you all the different parts, how they work and fit together, different ways they can be used in your home. So if you're here shopping with your pop-up host, you can click the link above, my Linktree link, select your host name, and that will take you directly to their shopping page. If you're my customer and you decide to make a purchase this weekend, consider joining my buying club using the buying club link so you can earn free products for yourself, or deciding to do a text pop-up for yourself. Your order can go towards your own party. You can start earning host rewards for yourself. We can do the same sort of event for you as well. So keep those things in mind. Okay, so let's talk about the mop system. Let's start with the pieces of a mop. I don't think that I've ever actually went over this in detail. So the mop has, I guess, technically 4 different parts. When you buy a mop system out of the catalog, if you buy the complete mop system, you can buy a mini mop that has the small base, a large superior mop system that has the large base, or now an extra large mop. So the mop pieces are the telescopic mop handle. That's one part of the mop. The handle is one piece. And then the base would be part number 2. And part number 3 would be a dry pad. And then part number 4 would be a wet pad. So handle, base, dry pad, wet pad. All of those parts are completely interchangeable. So for example, if you buy the mini mop, system, you could turn around and buy a large base and turn that mini mop into a large mop. Or you could buy an extra large base. All of the bases are interchangeable on any handle. And I can show you. Let me take my pad off here. So this is a large base. Let me make this shorter. This is a large base, and the pad's attached by a Velcro. This is a large base, and I've got my mop spray attachment on here. So this is an extra. That's not something that comes with the standard mop. So you can switch out the large base and put in the small base in the same handle, or the small base for a large base or an extra large base. So all of the parts, all of the bases, this is a base, are interchangeable into any mop handle. Any mop handle will fit any base, okay? So really one mop handle, you could have a mini mop, a regular mop, and an extra large mop out of one mop handle, okay? So the other cool thing is there is another handle too, the small handle that goes on the Enviro wand, and we'll go over that in a minute. The 2 pads are the wet pad and the dry pad that come with the standard mop. So this is what comes with the mop. They might be different colors. These are obviously well used. These are mine that I use in my own home. Dry pad for sweeping, wet pad for actual mopping. If you run this through your house before you mop, you're going to pick up all of the dry debris, hair, pollen, dirt. It's going to sweep everything up. So, and sticks, a lot of it will stick to the pad. So I'm going to show you guys here what that would normally look like. So first of all, when you've got your mop, it's extremely adjustable. Very tall, okay, to very short. So my son can use it, my husband can use it, Andre the Giant can use it. When you're adjusting the mop handle, people want to turn this thing down here, the little colored knob. Don't do that. Just when you're adjusting it, just turn the pole, okay? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Just grab the middle of the pole, left to loosen, right to tight. Don't grab this down here. Just grab the pole, okay? And then when you're dry mopping, so you want to go over your entire floor, but you can also get your baseboards by pressing your dry mop pad up against the baseboard like this. You can see the pad, I put the pad offset on the base so that there's some hanging over, and then my pad can get right up against the baseboard and actually clean my baseboard. I can put it up against vents and it's going to dust my vents, and then come across and get my baseboard again. So this is just going to get all of the hair and debris off of my floor, which I'm sure there is some because I have a dog. So once you mop up at anything, oh, and you can definitely see my floor did not look that dirty, but you can see where it picked up all of this stuff. When you have a dog just tracks in everything. So the dog's gonna pick up, drag all this stuff in the house, and you can see his hairs are sticking off the edge here. So anyway, it picks up everything and holds on to it. Now there's some stuff that won't stick to the pad. I just sweep it all into a corner and suck it up with a vacuum, or grab it with my Enviro cloth and brush it off into the trash. Now what would I do with all of this? I am gonna take this to the trash can and brush this off into the trash. Okay, I brush all that off into the trash, take my pad off and hang it up. There's no need to really wash it after every single use. So I'd use it several times, and I'm just gonna roll this up so I can clean it later. So I would wash this, I would use this several times before I would wash it. And all of the pads contain Backlock, the antimicrobial agent that allows all of our microfiber to self-purify. Right? So self-purifying cloths, self-purifying mop pads. Now, next, after you dry mop, you want to wet mop. And honestly, if you run the dry pad through your house every couple of days, especially if you have pets, you're gonna really have to cut down on the amount of wet mopping you need to do. So a couple options with wet mopping. You can run this under the sink, fold it up and wring it out, so that it can, so you can use it. You don't want it super soaking wet, okay? It's the microfiber that's cleaning, not the water. So you don't need it super soaking wet. So I'm actually just gonna use it dry because I have a mop spray attachment. I'm gonna put it on the floor, stick it just sticks with Velcro. You guys couldn't see that. Just with Velcro, right like that. Stick my mop pad on my base, all right? And actually, I put my foot down on my base to tighten up my handle, and then while the handle is straight up and down, that's when you want to spray. And I think you can hear it. It's spraying water onto the floor. And then I can mop. And I can just keep spraying and mopping. And all I'm using is water. So no chemical sprays, no additives, nothing on there. And if you wanted to have a scent while you're mopping, if you wanted a scent in your home while you're mopping, you could add a few drops of an essential oil, like maybe 4 or 5 drops on your actual mop pad. I don't know about putting essential oil in the base here because this is plastic and essential oils can often damage plastic. So, and you can also dry mop again, your baseboard by going along your baseboard with the wet mop pad. So going along, and a little tip, this is a narrow space right here, but you really want to move in a figure 8 motion when you're mopping. Because that way you know you're making contact with the whole floor. So when I do my whole kitchen, I move in a figure 8. It also helps to prevent streaks. So, or make sure that you move with the grain of the floor. And that can help reduce streaks as well. I'm personally not that concerned with the streaky floor because I have people and animals constantly tracking through my house. But I know a lot of you have really nice high shine floors and you don't want them streaking, and you don't want them, you don't want them looking bad after you just mopped them. So dry pad first, wet pad second. Now, some of you who have really high shine floors, you might want to take a third step and go over your floors while they're still a little bit damp with a window pad. So if you have high shine engineered floors that always look streaky, while your floors are still wet, go over them with the window pad and they're gonna look perfect. Also high shine tile. If you have high shine tile floors, you can go over them with a window mop pad. But the window mop pad, I actually use it for windows. So high up windows or very large windows, you're simply gonna attach the window pad to your mop base, and I'll show you how that works. So I'm going to take off my wet pad and fold it up and stick it over here. And I'm going to grab my window pad, put it down here. Okay, so you would want to spray your windows with water first or clean them first. You could clean your windows first with a wet pad. With the regular wet pad that comes with the mop system, you could clean them first and then dry them. You want the window cloth pad to be dry. Another tip is that you want to lock this in place. You want to lock this in place so that this head doesn't move. When this is unlocked, this can flip around. Locked, it's not going to move. And so this will go flat up against your windows to clean them. The other option is the small mop base. You can use it as well for smaller windows. And some people would prefer, instead of using the large mop system like this, okay, so you could attach it like this, use it like this, using the handheld attachment. And I will show you what that looks like. Let's see, this one. So this is the handheld attachment, and it can go on any base as well, and that creates the handheld cleaning system. And you can put a small wet pad on here, a small dry pad, and clean your windows and then shine. Clean and then shine. Again, you want to lock that base so that it's not going to flop around. If you have it unlocked, then it flops around. It's so much easier to clean windows if it's locked in place. And then you can go along and clean all your large windows, sliding glass doors, those sorts of things. Okay, while I'm talking about this little guy, you can also, this little guy is attached to the Enviro wand, which is, the dusting wand. Oh, and this little guy has a nice little brush for getting in small cracks and crevices. It's great for your keyboards, but also getting in the cracks and crevices of your windows. So it has a little hidden brush in there, don't forget that. This guy, you can take the handle off of this comes on the Enviro wand. So if you have an Enviro wand, you have this handheld attachment that can fit on any mop base and turn it into a handheld cleaning system. This guy can fit at the end of any mop, okay? And make a very long Enviro wand. Just like that. So now you can reach really high places. People really like this for hard to reach fans because you can bend it like this and really get over fan blades or make a funny blue mustache. Either one, whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. Another mop attachment option that I'm going to show. So this is going to make a great demo. I couldn't find, this is my rubber broom system. I couldn't find my rubber broom. So I'm looking all over. Finally, I look out on the back patio, and that's where it is, on my back patio. But look, it is covered in mud. My husband must have been using this for something outside, which speaks to the durability of the rubber broom, okay? That he was using it outside on the patio to do something. So I'm gonna clean it off with my EnviroCloth. And this is the magic of using and owning Norwex in your home, that when you come across something that is extremely dirty and you're like, how did that happen? You always know how you're gonna clean it up because you just grab your EnviroCloth and wipe it down. Like, I don't have to worry about getting some sort of soapy spray or a cleaner or whatever. I just go grab a cloth and get it damp with water, and even around this rubber thing is all caked in there. Look at all that mud. Clean the top of it. It is spick and span in a jiffy. And I'm just gonna rinse this out and hang it up to dry, and it's ready to use again. Actually, I could continue going around my house and cleaning things with this. So that's the magic of using Norwex in your house, is that you always have a cleaning product at your fingertips that's super simple to use, and you just rinse and reuse. Just think about the daily messes that you have in your own home that you're like, oh, how am I gonna clean that up? I never have to ask that question. I just get an EnviroCloth, I get it damp, and I just wipe it up. And it works like a charm every time. Okay, so the rubber broom is an attachment. So I have it on its own handle here because I keep this outside. So it's its own thing, so I don't have to swap them out. But you can certainly just buy the attachment. This is sold separately. And it has a large rubber broom, which is great for sweeping. It also pulls pet hair out of rugs and carpet, but also, it's also full of water because it was outside, so I have to clean that up. It has a squeegee side. So I really like this for my garage. My garage gets water in it, and I can squeegee the water out of my garage. So this is endless uses for me. I love the rubber broom system. This is also antimicrobial. There's backlock built into the silver component, is built into these rubber bristles. It's easy to rinse and clean. And again, this will fit on any handle that we sell. So you can just snap that in and out, snap your mop base out, snap your rubber broom attachment in, and it fits right on there. And this is the graphite handle. This is the Nordic Naturals, and then there's also a blue-green mop. A blue-green mop as well. A couple other mop options, and then I'm gonna wrap up, are the Chanel mop pad. This is really great for dog hair, really great at grabbing up all of that pet hair. If you have pets, this is an awesome option for you. So this is the dry Chanel mop pad. And then the tile mop pad. If you have tile floor, this has some scrubbies in it that make it really great for getting in that difficult to clean tile. Now, cool thing about the tile mop pad is it can be used dry, and then you brush it off, and then it can be used wet. So use wet or dry, and I use this outside in my breezeway where I have tile. Another great hack with your tile is to spray your tile down with diluted Ultra Power Plus before you mop. It is really going to clean that tile. That is the best tile cleaning product I've ever used. The Bright and White cleaner that we now have is another option, but that's a cleaner that you need to use immediately after you mix it up. So only mix up as much as you need to use because it has that activated oxygen in it. So it's great for tile. Just make sure that you use it as soon as you mix it up. Don't mix up too much. You don't want it to go to waste. So tile mop pad is the other option. The last thing I really want to show you guys is that you can, where did my large mop base go? It's a good question. You can clean your walls with your mop too, which is one of the most popular uses for the mop system. So let's see, here it is. I've got all this stuff piled up here. We'll snap a large base on here. And I'll take my window pad off and add my dry pad. Now, if you're looking for a demo that really shows the basic products, you can scroll through this group, and I have some other live demos I've done in the last few weeks, and check out those. So if you're gonna clean your walls, I recommend the dry pad first. And again, lock the base so that your pad isn't flipping around. And this makes it so easy to go through and clean your walls up and down. Super quick and easy. Get all those cobwebs. The mop is light, it's not heavy, so that is super easy. Now, if you're gonna wash your walls, who had a grandma that made them wash walls, okay? If you're gonna wash your walls, same idea. Just use your wet pad, attach it to the base. I would recommend, if you have a mop spray attachment, take that spray attachment off if you're gonna wash the walls, because this makes it super light. This is very light, very maneuverable, easy to use. It's not heavy, no buckets of water, not cumbersome. I remember my grandmother would make me scrub down the walls with pine sol and buckets of water. It's amazing I don't have pine sol poisoning. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. I have pine sol poisoning from my younger years. All right, guys, so that is, I think that's about everything that I can talk about with the mop system. So if you're here with a kitchen pop-up, please reach out to me with questions. If you have questions about what's going to work for you in your home, if you're a customer of mine, as always, please reach out with questions. I'm happy to help you select the products that are perfect for your home. That's going to make life easier, cleaning faster, easier, and safer for your own home. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and thank you for being here with me.